Good morning, friends. I hope everybody's doing well on this Monday morning. Some of you have, as you watch these videos, not live, but later in the day, have been wondering why we sit here for a couple moments at the beginning, and it's to give people a chance to join. So we'll wait one more minute. Will you let me know in the comments if the feed is working okay? It seems a little bit delayed on my end. All right, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet today. I have a poem that I want to share with you, but first I get to introduce us to a new series that we are going to have here on the Facebook Live sessions each day. Hi Jane, it's good to see you this morning. The way that this is going to work is it's going to be a bit of a celebration of the folks in our faith community who are lay people. And because we had so much positive feedback from Pride Week when folks were sharing part of their story and what Highland means to them, we thought it would be meaningful to carry on that new tradition and make it a tradition of folks in the congregation sharing, so you're not just hearing the same voices from us clergy day in and day out. So here's how it's going to work. We have, believe it or not, just 5 more weeks before Mary Alice Birdwhistle, our new pastor, is going to be in our midst. Her first Sunday is Sunday, August 16th. And so for the 5 weeks leading up to her first Sunday, we're going to have a different area of emphasis each week for Facebook Live. And the minister will get us started on Monday morning, and then lay folks will do Tuesday through Friday. So this is actually the last time you'll see me for a while, and that's fabulous actually, because I'm excited for you to hear all these other voices. So this week, week 1 of this new season, is a focus on the young adults. Tomorrow, you're going to hear from Jennifer Neihart, and then on Wednesday, you'll hear from Bee Belke. Thursday, you'll hear from Tori Parker, and Friday, you'll hear from Ryan Eller. These are some newer voices mixed with some old-time voices like Ryan, who you know well, and so I look forward to introducing you to the newer voices in our young adult community. Week 2 is going to be a celebration of our interim. Hallelujah, we have endured for 2 years now as the search committee has been working, so we'll hear from some folks in the congregation to celebrate that. Week 3 is going to be an emphasis on our Bible studies and the important role that they play in our faith formation and spiritual development. Week 4 is going to be parents and families, and we'll learn more about what those ministry dynamics look like and how Highland offers ministry and service to that demographic. And finally, week 5 is going to be a celebration of the youth in our community, and Perry will get us started that week as well. So I hope you look forward to this. I hope it's something new and will continue to serve as inspiration. The way that we're going to shape these 5 weeks is that we are going to take note of our core values. If you'll remember, in 2017 and 2018, there was a group called our Vision 2020 group, and they were tasked with setting our mission, vision, and core values. And it's a document, but it's also a living reality of who and what we are as a congregation. And so for these next 5 weeks, we thought it would be meaningful to celebrate and to note our core values. So the core values that the young adults are going to focus on is this one. We value a courageous, progressive theology whose relevance extends from the pew to the street, that engages both the mind and the heart, and that welcomes everyone from the skeptic to the devoted. I'm actually going to read it again because it's really beautiful and there are a lot of words in there, and so I want you to hear it and think about a phrase or a word that jumps out at you this morning. We value a courageous, progressive theology whose relevance extends from the pew to the street, that engages both the mind and the heart, and that welcomes everyone from the skeptic to the devoted. This is so much of who Highland is, isn't it? I love the part at the end, from the skeptic to the devoted. You don't have to be in any particular point in your faith journey or even have a faith journey to participate in the life of our church. We seek to be relevant from the pew to the street, meaning as much as we do for one another, we seek to be in community with those outside of our stone walls and stained glass windows. And of course, a progressive, courageous theology. As we were getting ready to do our Crosses on the Lawn ceremony just a few weeks ago, we were encountering not opposition, but some concern about the risk that might be involved. And so we all were living into the more courageous parts of our theology as we were preparing as ministers, but also all of us as a congregation as we gathered that night in person and on Facebook Live, and as we continue to be a church that wants to participate in our community and welcome the community interaction with this. It's risky, and yet it's not too risky because we have courage and we have faith that we are offering a good public witness. So as we celebrate these things, I keep saying the word celebrate, I guess it's on my mind this morning, as we take note of our progressive, courageous theology and our desire to be relevant in this world and speak to the manner of these times, and as we seek to welcome everyone from the skeptic to the devoted, I have a poem for us. It's by Ansel Elkins, and it's published in her first collection called Blue Yodel. And it's from the Yale series of younger poets. It's one of the oldest literary awards that's given by Yale University to poets who are publishing their first volume under age 40. And Elkins is she's from Alabama, and she's a young poet who writes absolutely beautifully. So the poem that I want to share with you is called The Autobiography of Eve. And the reason I want to share it is because talk about courage and talk about encompassing all that is required to be a follower of the divine. I think Eve has it. She's honest, she's vulnerable, she's real. So listen to this poem that is her autobiography. Wearing nothing but snakeskin boots, I blazed a footpath, the first radical road out of that old kingdom toward a new unknown. And when I came to those great flaming gates of burning gold, I stood alone in terror at the threshold between paradise and earth. There I heard a mysterious echo, my own voice singing to me from across the forbidden side. I shook awake, at once alive in a blaze of green fire. Let it be known, I did not fall from grace. I leapt to freedom. May we all leap to freedom this week, knowing that grace extends to all of us just as it did to Eve and to Adam as well. It's a beautiful story at the beginning of our sacred text for so many reasons, but the reason that I highlight now is Eve's boldness and her determination. May we be a bold and determined people as we seek to live a courageous and progressive theology. May you be well today and in the coming days, and join us in this new venture of welcoming the laity into Facebook Live. Take care, my friends.